Hello! Welcome to the Kittin'Kitten podcast, the revamped version, I guess you could say, 2.0. It's been a while, sorry about that. My name is Mallory. I live in Edmonton, Alberta with my cat Seco Sonia, my roommate Connor, Chris's snake Heidi that I'm not a fan of. Yeah, that's it. That's all of us. You can find me on Reddit, Instagram, Ravelry, Twitter, Facebook under JustADoseOfLove, although I am most active on Instagram, so if you want to see what I'm up to, check me out there. Check out the stuff that I'm doing there. I have a timer on my watch, so I'm not actually sure what time it is. I think it's, I don't know, like 6:30, August 7th. It's a Tuesday after a long weekend. Everyone's a little off. We're in the middle of a heat wave. It's terrible. I'm rambling. I don't really know what I'm doing anymore, so sorry about that. Now that all of that's out of the way, I'm just going to jump right into what's on my needles. We have a whole bunch to go through, and I think probably I'm going to split it into a couple of different podcasts just to not have this one be like super long and then the rest of them be not so long. So, what's on my needles? I have a sock pattern I'm working on. It is a pattern of my own. It doesn't have a name yet. It is in the Malabrigo sock base in the Fresco Seco colorway, and unfortunately I don't think you're going to be able to see the pattern very well. So here it is. It's got a little bit of this like leaf pattern going on and some little itty bitty cables and circles, and I really like it. Yeah, so the plan is for this, whatever, the left or the right sock to have the circle pattern on one side and then for the other one to have it on the other side, so it's going to be kind of neat. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, especially with cables for a sock pattern, and I really like it so far. So, everyone knows I love my little itty bitty Addi circulars, so these are on 2.5 Addi circulars. I think they're like a 9-inch, I don't really know, but there's my little sock. So that's one of my main projects right now. And the second thing that I'm working on right now is I still am trying to finish my Walk the Block MKAL by Rizzaknits. It called for 12 mini skeins, which was basically perfect because I had something like 13 mini skeins from the Log House Cottage advent calendar last year, and they were all in a rainbow. So my Walk the Block Mystery Cal is all the colors of the rainbow. Actually, which side is the right side here? This side. And it is long. So it starts over here, that's the beginning, and it goes all the way through. It's got these really neat flowers in a rose stitch. It's this right here. That's really cool. I've never done anything like that before. And then it goes into some eyelets and transitions really nicely through the rainbows here. So we've got those nice blues and purples and other purples and reds, and it finishes off over here. And even in the pattern it's like, wait, it's not done yet. And then there's this part right here that gets mattress stitched to the end of here. So it's going to, these two pieces together are going to mirror the same shape that we had over at the beginning. And you have to mattress stitch them together. And I've never really mattress stitched anything together, and I'm having a really difficult time with it. And that's the only reason I haven't finished it yet. Got all the way through this gorgeous rainbow and just kind of dragging my heels on the stitching it back in. I even weaved in most of my ends. By the way, I did not carry much of these colors. I basically weaved in every single color change. So really, I just need to get my butt in gear and finish stitching this together so I can have a gorgeous scarf, because it's going to start getting cold soon, I hope. I love fall. Fall is my favorite. Actually, winter is my favorite season, but fall, if it lasted longer, it would be my favorite. So it really just needs to hurry up. So that is my other project on the go right now. It's hanging out in my little bee bag. If no one's seen this, I freaking love my little bee bag. I made one for Melinda and one for myself, and I splurged on a metal zipper. Look at that. Oh yeah, splurged. Yeah, anyways, I'm pretty proud of how they turned out. Metal zipper. Okay, sorry. So that's on my needles right now. Off my needles, I've decided to grab some of the projects that I am most proud of over the last year and a bit, or the ones, actually I'll just jump right into it. So, the last time we talked, I completely stopped talking about my Summertide shawl by Helen Stewart, because I had gotten to a point where I messed up and I'd have to basically tear back all the lace, and I really didn't want to. So, I finally finished it. I tore the whole thing back. That's the wrong side. I tore the whole thing back and started the whole thing over again, and it is gorgeous. What happened was I wanted to do the Impressionist cowl by Helen Stewart. So I told myself I had to finish this one first. So I did, finally, and it's finally finished, and I hope you can see it because it's gorgeous. So these yarns were gifted to me by Melinda over at Ravelry, and they're sea turtle fiber arts. This blue is the deep blue, or sorry, the deep sea, which I don't actually know if she has anymore. I haven't been able to find that colorway anywhere listed on her stuff. And this is bubblegum. So it's finally finished. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud. Arr. Okay. So there's that one. I have like 3 Helen Stewart shawls to show you. So that was number 1. Just a little bit of a fangirl. Number 2, page 2. The Snowmelt shawl by Helen Stewart. So, also last time we talked, I had bought 3 skeins of MadelineTosh for the Snowmelt shawl that I was planning to use, and that was when I was in Florida. So I finished this one too. Also super happy with how it turned out. I think I just love all of her stuff. So this is in her Tosh-Merino Light. It's a single buy. The orange is the citrus colorway, the brown is the brick dust, and the red is the scarlet. And look at it! Oh my gosh. I love it. I hope I'm not showing you the wrong side again. No, I'm not. Okay, good. So yeah, it started over with all of this nice, easy, like, garter ridges, a couple eyelets here and there, and then onto the gorgeous, gorgeous lace. So did a couple over here, went nice, and ended off with some nice, easy lace and eyelets and garter ridges. She dictates the colors in the order that they should go in, so I followed that mostly 100%, except for at the very bottom. So in section 5, so what happens with mystery knit-alongs is they're released in what's called clues, and this one, for example, was released 1 clue per week for 5 weeks. So there's 5 sections. So you can only knit 1 clue at a time, and I'm like incredibly slow, so I never finish on time. But anyways, this last clue was supposed to be all in the citrus color, I believe. So that was the color 3, the orange. And then I started in the brick dust, and I didn't want to tear it back. So I was like, cool, well, I'm just gonna do whatever then. And I really like how it turned out. So, my favorite fall shawl. I need some more really good pictures of it. This deserves some really nice pictures. So, that is Helen Stewart shawl number 2. The third one is the last Helen Stewart shawl I'm going to talk to you about, also the only other one I've knit by her, so it was the Impressionist shawl, and that was beginning of this year, and this is probably the one that I was closest to finishing all on time. Where the heck did it go? Don't tell me I didn't grab it. Oh, no, it fell. Okay, and this one is so purpley and blue. So I'm just going to show you, it's so pretty. and huge, freaking massive. Used almost 3 skeins of yarn. And it's a crescent shaped shawl, which I think might actually be my new favorite shape. So, again, started out with some nice garter, some eyelets, and then into lace. This part here, I can't really point. So these points here I really like because they look like little mermaid tails. So let's bring that close, hopefully you can see it. Yeah, little mermaid tails all in the middle there. And then some lace and little eyelets on the bottom and a peacock edge. So here's my Impressionist shawl, which I think is absolutely my favorite shawl. And the colors, so up here, this is What's Up Yarn Co. in her whimsical colorway, and I, like, honestly, these colors are so perfect together. I don't think I could have picked better colors. So, yes, What's Up Yarn Co. in their whimsical colorway, and then the blue over here, that was Prairie Dye Studio in her Dendrobium Orchid. So those nice blues, and then this is the only solid color, but solid chunk of it, the purpley blue, that's Malabrigo, and that was their Abril colorway. So, like I said, love how it turned out. Honestly, don't think I could have picked better colors. Absolutely my favorite shawl. I've even worn it a couple times in like plus 30, so I really love it. So there's that. What else? I'm actually going to drink some of my tea. Usually I dropped it. The tea tin, not my actual tea. Usually I do warm tea, but since we're really warm outside, I decided to go with an iced tea. And I put some lychee fruit in it because I love lychee, so. Oh, that's so good. It's the David's Tea Honey I Do. I haven't tried it in like 2 years. It is so good. Iced and with lychee. Oh, that's so good. Okay, tea break is over. Hats. I did a couple hats. Oh, Connor's home. Go ahead.
Am I early?
What?
Am I early?
No. No, you were exactly 15 minutes. Pretty much.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Okay, so now Connor's in the kitchen putting groceries away. He got eggs, because he's wonderful. Okay, hats. I made hats. I made 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, I made a whole bunch of hats. But this is the first one. And it's for me, because it's orange, and it's gorgeous. And this is my first hat pattern. So there was a couple adjustments made. It wasn't quite long enough. So the second one I'll show you in a couple seconds is a little bit longer. But yeah, this is my Wanderlust hat pattern. This is in a Malabrigo Rios in the Sunset colorway. And I really like it. Some more fooling around with cables, so it's got these nice little, I don't know, tree shape type things. It's all cable work, but it's like single cable, so they're really easy. Love this hat. Okay, and then I made a second one because I needed to make some tweaks. So this one's a little bit longer. This one's for Chris. You can't really see the colors, or the cables as well, since it's so dark. And this is the I guess the picture that I have for the pattern is Chris wearing this hat. So I think I need to reknit it in a lighter color so you can see it better. This is also Malabrigo, and this is the Tourmaline colorway. So I really like it. Really nice hat. Chris wouldn't let me block it because apparently it fits perfect the way it is. I would like to have blocked it so it would be a little bit, I don't know, blocked, more blockeder, I don't know. Anyways, I made hats. So there's some hats. And then I'm just going to talk about some socks. So I just finished some vanilla socks. They look like this. So this is Biscotti Yarns and her Bis sock base, and that's the curry powder colorway. And I just really love it because it's self-striping. So there is one. And there's two. I put it on two different kinds of things so you can actually see more of what they look like. So they don't exactly match because I started them at different spots, which is what I was aiming for. I did that on purpose because I don't like it when my socks match so much. So, yes, there's my curry powder socks. And they're for me because, I don't know, I like knitted socks. And then last pair of socks. They are my Through the Trees sock pattern. And here it is. So it's got these cute little tree-shaped pattern motif that runs up the sock. I do all my socks with an afterthought heel, so my patterns are written with an afterthought heel. And they're always written cuff down because that's how I knit my socks. So there's one. There's a different version of, well, it's not a different version, but here's the other one, but it's on a sock blocker instead of a foot. So there it is. You can see a little bit more of what the sides look like. There we go. Through the Trees socks, which are the patterns not released yet. The wonderful Natalie just finished her test knit a couple days ago. And honestly, I think I like the colors in her test knit more than I like the colors in my sock. They are just so gorgeous. So thank you so much for testing that. Really appreciate it. And they're gorgeous. So yeah, that is it for Off My Needles for now. And then stash enhancement. So I kind of picked my favorites for this time. I'll go through some of my other ones next time. Connor's watching me! This is weird. I'm not going to carry on. Okay, I guess, well, I have to. Okay. New yarn. So, Amy at What's Up Yarn Co. Freaking love her. I definitely think I have a crush on her yarn. So the whimsical you saw in the Impressionist shawl, and I got these two at the same time. I love them. Okay, these are both on her sock base. Oh, 20-minute mark is up, so I'm gonna pause it here and start again in a minute. Okay, and we're back. So, yes, What's Up Yarn Co. Amy, you're amazing. I love your stuff. So this is the message in a bottle. It has like greens and browns and blues and speckles and some purple that doesn't belong in there. Here, let me just show you. So this is what it looks like. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. I just really love it. So it's her message in a bottle. It is a 75-25 superwash merino nylon. And that's been sitting in my stash for a little while because I'm just so scared to use it because it's so pretty. But also I really like the Tea Party. This Tea Party, okay. This is everything I love in a yarn. It's got blues and purples and it's got some gray and it just looks so good together. And it's called Tea Party and I love tea. So, also 75-25 superwash merino and nylon. Yeah, and that's the Tea Party. Yeah, so. And it squishes. Honestly, her yarn is so soft. You wouldn't even know it's sock yarn. It is so soft. Okay, now that I'm done fangirling over that. Melinda and I went to the Fibre Frolic, the Edmonton one, this year. And while I was there, I didn't get... Actually, the rest of the stuff that I'm going to show you is what I got there. So I got 4 skeins there, 2 of which are Yarn Ink. So this is the first time I actually bought anything from Yarn Ink. And I got these 2, which I think will be a beautiful shawl someday. So this is their Jupiter colorway, which was actually exclusive to the Fibre Frolic. It's more blues and purples. Who knew? And speckles. And look at it. I hope it's focusing well enough that you can see it in all of its gorgeous, gorgeous glory. So, there it is. And this is the velvet, which was not exclusive to the show, so you can still get this one. Also pinks and speckles, and there's some yellow in there, and there's some orange in there. Oh, it's going to be such a pretty shawl. Yep. So there's those. Oh, and those are both also 75-25 superwash merino and nylon. So. Okay, also while we were there, I found a new-to-me vendor, Fibre Goddess, and Connor's not there, which is great because I got this one to make a hat for him, so I think he's going to love it someday when it actually becomes a hat. It's got these reds and these grays, and the colorway is Love is a Battlefield, and it's on the McGonagall base, so it's worsted. And when we were there, I was looking and I saw this in the sock base, or in the fingering weight, and I was like, oh my god, that's gorgeous, but I don't need socks that are that color. And then I happened to look over and they had one left in the floor bin, in this weight, so it's going to be a hat. Yes, here, just in case you didn't get to see enough of it. I really love red. I really love gray. I was trying not to buy anything that was blue or purple when we were there, and clearly I failed miserably. So the last thing that I bought was Malabrigo, because they make gorgeous hat yarn, and it's in their Rios. Yeah, it is in their Rios base. So here it is. Also going to be a gorgeous hat. What color is this? I don't know. Arco Iris. That's what it is. Honestly, it kind of makes me think of the Northern Lights with all of those greens and those purples. So, yeah, I don't even know if there's any blue in here. Not really. I guess there's a couple blues, but oh, okay, the whole thing is just gorgeous. I hope you can see, like, the intricate colors in there. It's gonna have to be like either a textured hat or like a no pattern hat, because I think with so many colors, any like real pattern's gonna get lost in it, but that's okay. The colors are big enough for a hat. It's gonna be great. So that's all I'm going to show you for stash enhancement this time. What else? What else do we have on this 4-page thing? Okay, so it's just personal stuff. I'm gonna do a quick upcoming. So upcoming through the Trees release, August 17th. So that's not this Friday, next Friday. I probably said I didn't have a release date on it. It's because I just decided. So sorry. Release date August 17th. You'll be able to find it on Ravelry. Stay tuned on Instagram if your memory is terrible like mine is, and then I will have a post up before it gets released. So there's that, and then there's a hat that I can't show you because it's with my mom now. I made my mom a hat. You can see it on my Instagram. It's this beautiful, like, ice blue, and it's called Runner's Spirit. So it's cables that are big at the bottom, and then every time they cross, they get slightly smaller. So it starts out with like 5, and then goes 4, 3, 2, 1. So through the length of the hat, it just goes from one massive cable to a tiny cable. It's called Runner's Spirit, and I made it for my mom. And I will be looking for testers for that within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So if you're interested, check out my Instagram, because that is where the call out will be. So that's enough of that. Personal stuff. So, man, through how much I don't do stuff, I have done a lot of stuff this year. So, we did 3 festivals in 4 weeks. These are all music festivals, camping out in the bush, which is a lot of camping over a 4-week period. So the first one was North Country Fair. That is a summer solstice celebration. That is up close to where I grew up, by like Slave Lake. It's in a valley called Driftpile Valley. When did we get there? I think we got there on like the Wednesday night and stayed through till Sunday. So I grew up going to this one with my dad. We usually hang out there. We've been getting matching shirts from the festival for like the last 4 years, so that was a lot of fun. It's a folk festival. They just celebrated their 40th anniversary this year, so honestly, it was awesome. I love that one. It's near and dear to my heart. So there was that one. The second one was Rainbow Fiddle. So this was a first time for me. It's more like electronic music, I guess, with a couple of like other genres that were weird to have mixed in with electronic. And that one was really close to home. That was in Smoky Lake, so that was only like an hour away. So I think my voice is starting to go. I'm not used to talking this much. Sorry. So Tamara and I were actually vendors at Rainbow Fiddle. So we spent a couple of weeks making stuff. I made a whole bunch of bracelets and bags, and I'll show you some of those next time. I'm just trying to keep this podcast down to like a reasonable amount of time. So we were vendors. We had a vendor tent. I sat there and I knit a whole bunch, so that was great. It was a wonderful bonding experience. We had no idea what we were doing. It started out with, well, I don't think I'm ever going to do this again. You know, like, got it off my bucket list, don't have to do it now. And it ended with, maybe we could do like a farmer's market or two, because I kind of enjoy this. Yeah. Yeah, if I had a wife, she'd be my wife. So that was great. And Astral Harvest. That was the third one. That was the second time I've been there. Also an electronic music festival. It is a lot bigger than, well actually it's not. It's smaller than North Country Fair, but it feels bigger. It's a lot bigger than Rainbow Fiddle. Also electronic music, sorry if I said that already. Tamara and I, well, we camped together, so, you know, dressed up together, got into our festival gear. I made us each a unicorn horn to wear, which I'll show you next time because I didn't even think to bring it this time. So that was great. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. The whole thing was a whole lot of fun. This weekend we went rock hunting in BC for Tamara's birthday, so I'll tell you more about that next time, and maybe I'll show you this like cup of garnets that I found. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. But next time I'll show you, because again, trying to keep this down to a reasonable length. So I think that is about everything that I want to talk to you about today. I could probably keep talking forever, but my voice is going and I'm hungry. So yeah, that's about it. Feel free to comment, send me questions, anything you want me to talk about, anything you'd rather I didn't talk about, to Mallory at JustADoseOfLove.com, or actually that's probably the best way. Or through Instagram. I'm always on there. So thank you for hanging out. It's been a long time. I appreciate we spend some time together. You know, maybe we'll spend some time bonding over the next couple of weeks. Maybe you'll forgive me for disappearing for like a year and a half without a word. Sorry, I suck. Yeah, anyways, that's about it. So it's been a real pleasure, actually. I hope to see you later.